Alright, what's going on, Pokemon League members, fans, viewers, all of you guys out there in the Pokemon community? It's another week of the Pokemon League stream, where we stream our battles and we give away cool Pokemon, so that's what we do. As always, I got my commentator. Actually, big shout out first out to one of our favorite commentators and players, Jay. It's his birthday today. Happy birthday, Jay.
Thank you, bro. I really appreciate it. You know, it's been a pretty good day so far.
Yeah, it's been pretty crazy day. I've got some stuff I'll talk about later that's even crazier, but along with Jay's introduction, we also have Zach. Okay, so Zach doesn't know how to respond to cues. Moving on.
Well, you could have clued me into the queue. You know, you could have cued me into the queue. You know,
I definitely did. I said
you could have did that for me.
I said when I say your name, go.
You're supposed to say like the actual like best co-commentator and co-CEO and the dark horse and he's the shit
shut up. So I can continue. So we're giving away today for our giveaway. It's not that crazy of an event Pokemon. I mean, everybody has Gengars, but this is Sludge Wave Gengar, so this is from that event in 2014 with GameStop. You cannot get Sludge Wave, I don't believe, on Gengar any other way. Is that correct, Zach?
This was actually the GameStop event in general was actually to promote one of the TCG sets.
Yeah, the X and Y set.
Forces. No, Phantom Forces. It was the one that had like showcased Mega Gengar, you know, and all that.
Yeah. When they first dropped Spirit Links.
Yep. That was actually the set Night March debut.
Oh, dude, Night March, man, with the little. Anybody know those Night March decks? Anyway, so right now we got this Gengar. It has Air Balloon equipped to it only because you can't GTS Mega Stone. So get your own Gengarite, but this is a shiny Mega Gengar from that event for you guys. It's battle ready. It's got a traditional singles Smogon set, kind of. I normally like to make our giveaways for doubles, but, you know, whatever. This is for you guys. Anyway, this week was crazy.
Yes, sir.
Wouldn't you guys say?
Yeah, I was really excited because, like, you know, today is like when our mid-season wire, you know, opens up. You know, super exciting day. And then I remember.
It's not today, but yeah, it's tomorrow.
And then I remembered like that this exciting great day is ruined because it's Jay's birthday, and I'm like,
oh Jesus, sick.
Listen, man, as long as I have my girls and Zach still at home alone.
What?
Oh,
you know, how do you
now normally Jay, I wouldn't stop you from talking shit about Zach, but he's very sensitive about his lack of love life.
I have a pretty fulfilling love life, I'll have you know.
Okay,
anyway, about real life, Zach, like a video game, talking about real life.
No, I'm talking about real life.
Anyway, continuing, I'm gonna give you guys. I'm showing right now the first teams of the first replay, and I'll go ahead and get this out of the way. We're missing 2 replays today. Hopefully we'll be able to get some battles in with some of the commentators or something this week, since it'll be a really short stream. We're missing 1 video because a player's disconnected and they decided amongst themselves to not go again. One player gave the other player the win by 1. Another, because for the first time in Season 3, we have a player that just straight forfeited instead of playing their match. Jackson forfeited to Phillip, giving Jackson a -6 and Phillip a +3 and a W. So that's the first time we've had to do that, and we're missing those 2 videos. In addition to that, just some background, I had a match with Josh this week. There was a critical disconnection, really nobody's fault. I mean, we both should have taken precautions to not use the DS. I warned him about it. I warned myself about it. I shouldn't have used it. I shouldn't have let me use it. We disconned. So we had to come up with a very unique way to satisfy Josh, because John assumed that Josh assumed that I had cheated, which is, I can't blame him for that, having been close to a victory and then you get a disconnection. But I don't cheat, so I didn't. But we ended up getting it together, and we had our match, and that match is actually featured in this stream, and it's really good. But we had just a crazy week that way. And one last thing, actually, I'll mention it at the end. You guys want to talk about these teams?
Yeah, sure. Jay, do you want to start us up?
No, not really. You can start us off, Zach.
Okay. Dang, we'll be like that, Dean.
Yeah, man. You came at me first. Now I'm gonna be aggressive.
Whoa! I only treat you with the most humble of respect. I'll have you know.
Okay.
Okay. So I guess I'll take the liberty of talking about John's team. John recently acquired a Mega Bayonet, and this is the first week he's bringing it. And Mega Bayonet is a very interesting asset. It hasn't seen a lot of play yet because Chris just really didn't feel an opportunity that he felt like it was better to bring over Metacham. But Bayonet is an amazing mon. Priority stat moves with Prankster, and just if you look at that attack stat, man, it is huge. Like, that thing eats. So Bayonet is very scary, and I'm very excited to see what John plans on doing with it. He's got Luke's Ray over here, probably his Intimidate Luke's Ray, I would assume, the one that he's been bringing for a while, unless he decides to switch it up this time. And then we got a Ranguru here, with the Instructs, two combos, and possible Trick Room. Aerodactyl here. So you do see that he has two possible Mega Pokemon. I'm assuming that if one of them isn't the Mega, it would be Aerodactyl, maybe with a Sash or something, to disrupt with like Sky Drop or just Taunt, Stealth Rock, all that nonsense. And then, of course, the MVP of John's team, Weavile, with its Fake Out support and just, general utility of having really access to great moves like Knockoff and Icicle Crash. And then everybody's most hated spider, Araquanid. The stockpile Juggernaut.
You gotta love how pretty much every team, not always, but pretty much every team has had at least one Pokemon that you will always see.
Yep.
And that's definitely Dewpider for John. There's all kinds of ones. My team changes very little from week to week because basically the whole team is cyclical for my team. You know what I mean? I could move two cogs here and replace them with two other cogs, and it's a totally different team.
Like, everyone's always expecting to see Zapdos when they play you. Everybody's always expecting to see Slowking from me.
Exactly. It's just how it goes,
Mm-hmm.
So Jay, do you want to talk about Jalen, or I can if you want?
Yeah, I got it.
Alright.
The thing with Jalen is that I feel like Jalen has been trying to find the way to really use Mega Swampert to his best potential. I like that he did pick up a Trick Room setter, because even though he doesn't have that rain, under Trick Room, Mega Swampert doesn't have the best speed, so it still can go first, and it does hit really hard. So I like that, even though, he's not going with the traditional setup, he's still trying to, explore ways to make it work. So Gorga is probably his Trick Room setter. He has Rhyperior and Swampert, two relatively slow mons, but again, under Trick Room can do a lot of damage. He might go for the backup option because he's brought this Ludicolo a lot with the main function of setting up Rain Dance.
God damn it, if he just had kept Murkrow. If he had just kept Murkrow!
I agree. I thought that was a very questionable drop on his part. I still don't know why he did it, but it happens, man. The fairy version of Ian's Titus has been putting in a lot of work for Jalen all season, and then there's Scolipede, which speed boost, if it does get the chance to set up, it could be really, really disastrous for John, especially if it has like a Baton Pass set. And then again, and lastly, there's that Mega Swampert that spoilers, Jalen actually let go of this weekend, because I just feel like he couldn't really find a proper team to like really function with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's it.
So, just a comment, like I said before the match starts, like, Nothing against you, Jalen, but by the way, I'm a little suspect to you lately. I thought we had a friendship going, and then it seems like you go behind my back and you like my gift pictures when I'm astonished by your movements. but no, I just did want to say, Jalen, I mean, obviously a lot of lower tier players, no offense to him, a lot of lower tier players, even mid and high players, are really planning on this week just kind of switching their whole thing up. So you can't really blame too much of them bringing the same stuff this week, you know? And then also, who knows what Jalen's team's going to look like after mid-season, especially having no setters right now. That's it for you, Darwin. You're done. Especially having no setters right now. He's got no prankster anymore. Jalen both got and gave away all his goodies this season, but mid-season wire, exactly. Mid-season wire, as we're all aware, I can guarantee you he's going to be like Infernate.
Oh, dude, he's taking Infernate.
But mid-season wire opens up not tonight technically. Yes, tonight technically. It's always a confusing thing. So for those of you watching, we do a mid-season wire that opens up on Monday, which means it opens up on 12 a.m. Monday morning. Like, that's when it opens, plus 1 second for the new rules. And so what we're doing is we have the mid-season wire where it goes all this upcoming week. You get 2 transfers and 2 wires, meaning that you can trade with 2 trainers and you can add drop twice on the wire. It's preceded by and immediately followed by a regular 1-on-1 transfer window, which we just finished up this week of or are about to. Meaning a total of 4 and 4 or 8 transfers between the end of this week and the beginning of week 9, because we get that week off. With that in mind, just a little legal jargon, players who are drafting tonight at that, you can only draft 1 mega at midnight until Wednesday. When Wednesday hits, should there be a mega on the wire still, you may draft that. And it also includes if somebody had ad dropped a mega onto the wire before the new, like let's say Pidgeot makes its way onto the wire or Steelix or something, you can't get that Pokemon until Wednesday if you already got a mega that time. So that's something to keep in mind. Lots of stuff can change this week, but without further ado, we can kick off this if you guys are ready.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Okay, also be aware, commentators and also viewers, we're going to be doing the poll on MVPs. So if you see a Pokemon in a match that you like as MVP, say it in the chat. The commentators will all say our favorite Pokemon. We try to do it for each match, but sometimes there isn't an MVP, you know? So just keep that in mind. And without further ado, you guys ready?
Yes, sir.
Yep. 1, 2, 3, go. This is an interesting match.
And you know, sometimes we even forget to, make the MVPs once we do pick them.
No, I didn't forget to make them. He had approached me about it earlier on like Tuesday when we normally do it. And I didn't get it from him. I was busy and sick all week.
It's all good. We'll just make up for it next time.
Exactly.
I love that shiny Gorgeist color. I love Gorgeist.
Dude, I don't know if he named it, but I told him to name it Camilla if you guys know anything about Fire Emblem. Nothing, never mind. He didn't name it. The Intimidate goes off. Gorgeist is probably one of the coolest Pokemon that Jalen has. And there's a couple things I want to point out in this match that he doesn't do great. Obviously, I'm always doing that because I'm an asshole. We got somebody asking for a Gengar. Yep, they're GTS available. No, they're not GTS available! I told you, Zach!
I thought they were, man. Like, I don't know what's GTS available or not.
I'm about to edit stuff. So you guys keep commentating on this. I'm sorry. I gotta bow out for a second.
Alright, do you think?
We'll keep commentating.
So, the Sylveon, it calm minds, and, it gets a boost.
I'm just gonna assume it's gonna attack next round, but I'm not sure.
Doesn't.
Hopefully.
Dazzling commentary. Dazzling.
It's not my fault. You guys can't carry yourselves.
Listen, man, I didn't see this match, so I don't even know what's going on. I've seen every other match though.
Hey man, I think our commentary is pretty good.
See that? That was a fat earthquake.
I'm actually, yeah, like it was like, you know, like big gulp size. That was a big gulp earthquake.
That was a big one.
Nah, I'm kidding. Nah, that was actually really interesting because if you notice, the Rhyperior got intimidated and it still OHKO'd the Luxray.
I think before it got hit with a roar, which brought in Sylveon, and then I think the other one came back afterwards. I forgot what his
That's exactly what happened.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, you know what? Wow, this is a great commentary. Wow.
I feel like this is the first time we're seeing like Mega Bayonet on the field,
Dude.
like all season, right? If I'm not mistaken, I don't remember Chris using it once, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, no, like literally every time me and Chris talked about him using it, he always was just like he really wanted to use it, but like in literally every matchup situation, Metacham was literally better.
Right.
Metacham is just a great Pokemon. I'm interested to see him drop that because I can almost guarantee you he will.
I don't think he's going to, honestly. I think he's going to rock.
He'll probably trade it. He'll probably trade it at least. I don't think he'll take it all season.
No, I think he will.
Yeah,
he loves that thing. But who knows? Chris is a wild card. But Bayonet was a Pokemon I really loved in testing, and I really kind of wish I had picked him up myself. But it is what it is. Maybe next time.
Are you a fan of since it does get Prankster, are you a fan of just having it attack, or are you just sometimes you want us to play a support role, or because
I usually go so mine's usually a little more aggressive. It really just depends on the situation.
Right.
Now sometimes if a team's got a lot of really threatening physical attackers, I'm gonna pack Will-O-Wisp on it just so it's priority burns. That's really broken.
Right.
And then he's got access to really good moves like Shadow Sneak and Sucker Punch.
Mm-hmm. So kind of not like what we're seeing now from John, because John's running a substitute set with Prankster, and I like what he's doing because he's using Phantom Force so that either way you can't hit the substitute until the very next turn. So I think that was really clever on him, and I do see what you mean because it's good to, just in case things don't go your way. It's good to have those moves in hand.
And Phantom Force Bayonet hits hard as heck.
Yeah, man. Thing has base 100 and 165, I believe, attack somewhere in that range.
That. I can look to be specific.
Mm-hmm.
That is really cute though. Substitute Bayonet with Shadow Force.
Yeah.
Yes, it's 165 base attack.
Oof. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is super strong.
And unfortunately, we see Jalen Swampert again, but there's still no rain on the field. I'm really surprised he didn't take that turn. I get he wanted to attack the Araquanid, but I'm not sure if Trick Room was up.
We could have done it.
But I still think that Mega Bayonet's way slower than Mega Swampert.
He actually had a potential to win this match, but I'm sorry. I wish I was paying attention because there was a moment. And I think
this is interesting. He's going with a subtoxic set now, kind of like subtoxic Gliscor I brought, but it's with Prankster.
Right.
I can't say I'm much of a fan of that, only because Bayonet's really frail. I'm thinking well, I mean, it's average defenses, but I don't know. I wouldn't. It's nothing to write home about.
Right.
Well, that's what a lot of women say about you.
Oh wow.
Okay, man. Who asked for your commentary anyway?
I'm the one that started this. Yeah.
No one asked for you. Not good.
Yo, I was salty by the way when so earlier I think Jay, you had asked.
What happened?
You had asked this earlier this week, like when did the league officially start? And
Oh, right.
Jordan and them. Hang on.
It's actually a shame that like he used that earthquake because it did
Yeah,
little
it was
to
a bad
damage
move.
to the Arachnoid and it killed Louis Colo. No,
Mhm.
that was wild.
I think he just did that to get rid of the substitute.
Right.
But no, it wasn't really smart.
No, sometimes we make problems. There was a couple of key movements in this match. I wish I had been paying attention the whole time because there's a couple key moments where he could have had it.
Right.
Jalen has had that kind of that problem this whole season where he's done like one or two things. Jalen really improved from last season, but he's still losing because he's not quite used to the. I don't think he gets enough time to practice, and that's not his fault. We all work a lot, him especially.
Yeah, no, I think that's really just it. Like,
Right.
he just lacks the experience and the drive to really like get competitive. I don't know, man. Like, I don't know.
I just feel like as Ian said, I feel like whenever I speak to Jalen, he's always like very energetic about like certain battles. But like kind of what Ian said, he doesn't really have the time to like really sit down, look at his opponent's team. What are my biggest threats? What can I do to counter that? Things like that, which is a shame, but yeah.
Oh, and by the way, Jalen, if you're listening, and if you deny me from making playoffs because I lose to you again, I'm gonna be super salty. I'll be just like Jalen, why did you have to kill my career like that? All over again. Not kidding.
This match is long.
Yeah, it's kind of long.
Scolopede is also another mon we haven't really saw a whole lot of.
He didn't
I
use it
know.
to its full capacity.
I wish I had someone who could use it to its full potential.
No, now that you say that, I can honestly say that I really am sorry because you would have been able to use it better, and that's no offense to Jalen. You just would have been able to use it better, and I just saw him doing better if he had it. Like it was a good member on his team, and I wasn't trying to let him, go even worse,
No, it's fine. I still think like the trade that we made was still like
That was definitely still good.
Yeah, it was beneficial, but like I was like more so for him only because I feel like I didn't really like I got Mega Pidgeot in exchange for it. I didn't really see me sticking with it, and I just dropped it like the next weekend. But I mean, it's cool. Like sometimes it just happens like that. Yeah. I actually totally forgot that like Oranguru is a psychic and like a normal type.
Yep.
I totally
That's too. That fucked him over.
Yeah, it's actually pretty funny because it's one of the only Pokemon in the game where it's like he actually benefits from his normal subtyping.
Alright. Man, that did a lot of damage. Oh, he had a focus sash. Okay.
Oh, I think another typing that they haven't used yet that's really good with normal is normal Ghost, because Ghost is already immune to fighting type moves, and then if it's normal type, it'll be immune to Ghost moves, so it won't be super effective versus the Ghost type.
Yeah. Or that Psychic Dark combo of Hoopa.
What?
The Psychic Dark combo of Hoopa?
Is that the Hoopa
Hoop-
Unbound?
Yeah, it's Psychic and
Or
Dark.
both. Yeah, both.
Man, I just want a poison dragon that's like
Not slow.
legal. Nah, like no, it's not one that like won't get banned by Smogon in like 2 seconds.
Bro, that thing was broken.
I
That
know,
thing was
but I was
too
just
good.
but it's like I didn't get to use it on a competitive ladder.
Like
2 weeks,
I wanted to play with it so bad when I saw it, and then when I saw its moves and its stats, I'm like, dude, there's no way this thing is staying. He got like literally like the goo. He
Right,
got
and I was-
everything.
It was a shame, man. Like it was just so fast. I think it was like a month after the game came out, if I'm not mistaken. They're just like.
It was literally like they basically gave him speed boost.
Right.
Stupid.
Yeah, that's a shame. Yeah.
But I mean, what are you
Titan
gonna
is probably my favorite. Probably be like Poison. So I was really upset when it got banned. I was like.
I mean, like technically, Dragalge is Dragon Poison though.
Draglage, but yes.
Oh my.
And also Nagandela is Dragon Poison.
That's what
That's who we're talking
Oh
about.
no, I was just pissing. I wasn't here for the conversation. I mean, I was just relieving myself. We really got to start watching in a language now that. Well, there's an announcement I'm going to make later in the stream, but we need to tone it down a little.
Oh, fuck off.
I have not heard.
No, Jay, you're fine. There are two very clear culprits.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know who the F you're talking about, Ian. It's not me. Right, man?
Well, obviously it's Ian and Ian. Mr. I'm a toke on the stream.
I didn't say that. Who said I was doing that?
And then the aerial ace to Swampert.
I'm gonna pull up all the old streams of you, doing the bubble noises.
Those are in season 2.
And you know what? They were hilarious. Because everybody knew what you were doing, but nobody ever actually felt like saying anything.
Does anyone feel like John's having a really quiet, good season?
Yeah.
I feel like we never really talk about how well he's doing. He's not top seeds, but he's hanging out in the middle.
He's hanging in there. He's hanging in there.
Let me say that. Okay, so Steven, I don't know if Steven's saying Jack Black. I don't know if that's his MVP pick. Anybody got an MVP from that?
From this match, not really, man.
Nothing really shouted out to me. In my opinion.
I thought it was a good match. I don't think there was something that was really.
Okay. I'm gonna put up Oranguru only because Steven said it. Right. So Oranguru for number one MVP this week. And then I want to go ahead and let everybody know. So for those of you new people, like the Kelty K, who's just come in and started watching, some of you other new viewers that might come in. Right now, we're in the middle of our league season. So what our league season is, we do a draft, just like a normal fantasy thing, where we cultivate a list of Pokemon. That's actually one of the most fun parts. Where we cultivate the list of Pokemon then based on the number of players that we have. So first we get our player base, then we have at least 12 Pokemon for each player, and then we do a draft. And draft night is always super fun. You can check out our YouTube to see draft night this year. It's always super fun. And then after that, every week we have a window where you can transfer one Pokemon to another trainer for one of theirs, like a trade, or drop one of yours and pick up a Pokemon off the wire, like normal fantasy football stuff. So, and we go through, right now this season is 13 weeks. I think last season was 15 weeks plus playoffs. This one's 13 plus playoffs. And we do it. We usually take a couple breaks in between seasons, but we do mini events in between seasons, if you're ever interested. Anyway, next match. You guys know about this one?
Is this Chris versus Mike?
Yep.
Yeah, man. These just looking at these two teams, they're both just so stacked, already, and I'm eager to see what both players do after tonight. I could talk about Mike's team first. So
I'll take Speakman.
No problem. Mike got Brooks's from Chris, I believe. Was it?
Yeah,
2 weeks ago?
Oh my god, dude! I can't wait till later in the. Oh my god, I can't wait because that is exactly what I want to talk about.
Okay. So yeah, Brooks is there. I'm assuming just because Mike wanted to shut down any priority moves, Medichamp's Fake Out, Napoleon's Aqua Jet, etc. Crobat's been a staple on Mike's team since the initial draft. It's always been great, whether it's a U-turn pivot or it could just hit really hard with Brave Bird.
Yeah.
Whimsicott as well, great pranks to support Pokemon. I'm assuming it's going to be there for Tailwind support because two of Mike's heaviest hitters aren't the fastest. Mike got his Tyranitar back. I'm going to assume that's his Mega. Sandstream, it hits really hard and it's somewhat bulky. Porygon Z, I don't think I've seen Mike bring Porygon Z.
Once he brought it against a Reese.
Right, and that's Pokemon he actually got from
Me,
Ian, right? I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm eager to see what he does with it. Wondering if he's gonna go like the Z conversion route or something like that. And then Galurk is a Pokemon that I haven't seen. Like, I don't think I saw it at all.
It's one of my favorite Pokemon.
Yeah, it just looks so cool, and like it has okay, has okay stats. And if it's in the hands, if it's in like Mike's team, a trainer like Mike, I know he would do his best to like try to make it, to its best potential. And yeah, man, it's just a solid team overall, and I'm looking forward to seeing this match.
All right. Okay, so Speakman's team. Again, he always plays as a female. Nothing wrong with that. But I wish he would. I like how Mike's kind of in frame, but I don't even get to see Speakman. It's like I'm looking at Cousin It over here. But Speakman's favorite Pokemon, I think probably one of his MVPs of his entire team, Empoleon. He's leading it this week. He's bringing the Electivire with it this week. He's got some really cool stuff. And then he almost has a little bit of a setup like I do. So I do a lot of Discquake, flying and earth Pokemon. He kind of has that going on with the Mudsdale and the Dragonite. And then also...
That's my horse.
Also, yeah, and that actually That's My Horse. I don't know if you just gave that to him or what, but that...
No, I actually... That's straight up, That's My Horse.
That's from Season 2, yeah.
And then... he didn't have time to, like, make a set for Mudsdale, so he was just like, do you have a Mudsdale? I'm like, yes,
that's
like my best
but it's
Pokemon.
my horse, just so you know. But he's doing that with Electivire, so he can do the Electivire Earthquake, Discquake kind of thing with Dragonite as well if he wanted to. And there's just a lot of potential there. Obviously, Alolan Ninetales. I think that Mike has been bringing some interesting weather stuff, and I think that he just didn't want, no matter what, he didn't want Speakman to be able to use his weather. And let me say this about Speakman, and I'm not being a dick to you at all, Speakman. You're definitely one of the top players in the league, but like, you drafted Snow, and I can be honest, you only used it effectively once, and then you let go of Sandslash, and that was that.
No, he literally made this team and was literally like, I'm making Snow as a bluff.
Okay.
He never brings Snow.
What I mean to say, it wasn't necessarily this match, but I've seen him bring Hail, and yes, he's been winning, but it hasn't been match defining. Like, I know for a fact, like, let's say you had.
He smoked me pretty well in our matchup.
You're not getting the point of what I'm trying to tell you.
I think you're just not
using. He's not using Ninetales.
I know he's not, and I'm not talking about this match.
No, I'm talking about in general.
Oh, you're saying Hale is just, well, way to give his thing away. I guess it's mid-season though.
No, I'm just saying. I'm saying because it's obvious now that Sandslash is gone.
Well, he could have picked up that Frostlass for Aurora Veil too.
He was smoke screening to everyone that he was playing Hail so that they would prepare for Hail when really he was only really just using Ninetales for Aurora Veil support. And
that makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Really smart.
Because Aurora Veil is broken.
Yeah, no, that's a really good play on his part. Everybody's got to give it to... I mean, honestly, Ninetales on her own already is a Dragon Slayer, and like you said, Aurora Veil, she can do anything, so he doesn't necessarily need other Snow. But what I was trying to say was that, like, all season long, yes, even though he was using it as a bluff, he could have used it better, and then his bluff would have been even better because people would have over-prepared for Snow when he stopped using it, you know what I mean? And that's just kind of where I was coming from on that. But without further ado, we'll go ahead and kick this one off. You guys ready?
Yes.
Hold on.
What?
Hold on.
Oh,
Zach,
shit.
You got to stop giving up people's strategies like that, my man.
You know what?
Is that Steve?
No, what he does, he's actually just planning for everybody to think he's bringing Snow, but he's not. So
like,
be prepared for that.
I'm literally giving away a strategy that he no longer even has anymore.
You don't know that.
I got a strategy that you have. I got a strategy that you have, Zach. You want me to give that away?
But like, Steven, nobody cares if we spoil your strategy. Your strategy is to bring water, electric, and ice types and hope you win.
Hey,
No.
mid-season
Number
is
one-
about to change
number
his
one.
shit up.
Number one, it's I am Kid Sid. Number two, we're not talking about my strategy. I never said anything about my strategies. But anyways, continue. I just want to say, hush, man, hush, hush.
And you know what,
Steven,
You are notorious.
All the details.
You are notorious, exactly, for
Kid
just
Sid.
giving up the good.
Kid Sid, I just gotta say, man, we've been doing this for 3 years now. You were commentating for at least 2. You know this man is bad at it.
No,
Oh,
I
man.
am like the best commentator.
Okay. Can we take a
The
vote?
best adult beverage,
take a
Coke
vote?
Zero.
Is Zach just bad at is he great at giving up the goods on other people's teams? All in favor, say aye.
I'm just
Aye.
great at giving good.
Vote.
Well, I'll say this: he does it on stream because I guess he thinks. And I'm sorry to act like you're not here and that we're talking behind your back, but I guess he just does it on the stream because he thinks the week is over. You know, maybe Zach thinks that the week is over and he's like, oh, I can talk about this now. It's like, you know, think about next week. But again, nobody really pays attention to Zach, so it's like it kind of evens itself out. Like nobody hears him spoiled there.
No, what I was trying to say was that was I was explaining his old strategy.
No, we're just giving you shit. We're well past that now.
This sounds a lot like backpedaling, Zach. That's what this sounds
No,
like.
I'm saying like he doesn't have Sand Slash anymore, so it's not like, oh, I'm going to be expecting to play against Hail.team.
Anyways, ladies and gents, I just want to come in and give that tidbits. I'm not going to hold you guys up anymore.
We love having you. Man.
Anyway,
Wait, bro, stay.
nobody asked
What
for you,
happened?
Steven. Nobody
Stay.
wanted you here. I remember me faintly saying
Zach,
at one point, I
shut-
missed Steve.
Zach, shut-
I mean,
Shut
No,
up,
I
so I
don't.
can. Zach, shut up,
I was
so I can start
thinking-
this match. Are you guys ready?
yeah.
All right, 1, 2,
Whoa,
3,
whoa.
go. Too late.
Go.
Sorry, you're
I got
fucked.
No, I got it. Nope, you're good. You ain't starting this party without me. Oh, Mike, I see you in the Twitch chat.
Yo,
So
why is
does it
Speakman?
feel-
Why is
how does it-
Speakman masquerading as a black woman?
He's
Why don't you stop judging him, man? Let Chris.
That's who he feels like he is on the inside.
Just leave him alone. What he self-identifies as is his business and his business alone.
Fair. The Soul Boxer.
Listen to the stream. He's going like, what the fuck?
Mike, that's a great name, by the way.
That is a great name.
It's a great name.
But anyway, Mike. So how does it feel knowing that you're literally playing against the exact Mudsdale that you played against all of season 2?
Oh, that's a great question. I want to know what he thought. I want to know because I actually, when it came up, I actually said something aloud when I was recording it. I saw "That's my horse" and I was like, "No fucking way!" And then, so I want to know. I want to know what Mike said when he saw it.
He was like, "Oh, this motherfucker." Man, fond memories of using that fighting Zemu versus Tyranitar. Oh snap!
That was a really smart encore on Mike's part. He takes away the threat of water from this Tyranitar. I thought that was a good one.
Oh snap!
I really liked this battle. I thought this battle was
This
really
turn
awesome.
can go.
The last two matches with Speakman were, I mean, all of his matches have been pretty good, but with it being two of the top other players, like, he did such a good job. Like, I'm really glad that we added him. Wait, not this one, back out. I'm really glad that we added him.
Right.
Down goes this Whimsicott, I'm sure, right?
I don't think so, man. That thing's surprisingly bulky. He also got a Leech Seed on the Mudsdale. So
Leech Seed stays, but Whimsicott's gonna die to Rock Slide. I just know it. I just
I
know
think
it.
we're on different paths, or are you just predicting that?
I think I'm predicting it. Nope.
Okay.
Nope. Did die. He just got hit by a sandstorm, and he's at 18 HP right now. And then Leech Seed kicked in. This is why we coordinate.
I mean,
no, I'm exactly. So we're on the same. No, I was saying because I was actually explaining it to somebody earlier who was over there like, "How does your commentators watch? Aren't they on a delay?" I was like, I found a way around that. Oh, that's my horse goes down.
Man,
Yeah.
I feel like Mike. As soon as Mike saw that Chris got Mudsdale, he was like, I'm not dying to that Mudsdale again. I will have Grass Knot on Whimsicott for that Mudsdale."
oh, the earthquake actually killed. Oh, it was a crit. Okay, that makes sense.
Also, I see you, Mike. Man, you wouldn't have slayed it. You wouldn't have slayed it if it was on my team. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Okay.
Oh yeah. Also, I know a lot of you already did, and everybody does it every week. But if you like what we do and you like the event Pokemon we're giving you, give us an ad, give us a follow. You know, share us even if you want, because every little bit helps. Also, you can always help us on the Support Us tab. That's a direct donation link. Our social tab links to our Twitter, our YouTube, and our Facebook. And we are trying to do more streams as we go on. By the way, Jay, didn't you have an idea for a stream?
Oh yeah. I was just wondering if, like, Zach, if you're interested. I don't know if Ian gave me a direct answer or not, but just like a couple minutes, like maybe 20 minutes, 25 minutes after 12, if you guys just want to talk about some of the moves that were made, I'd be down for that. But again, it's up to you guys.
We could even do it. We could even do it. No, not even. I'm sorry. That's what you had in. That's what you had in mind. But I was thinking I would straight up stream that shit. Like I would stream the page like we did draft night.
I'm confused. What do you mean?
He's pretty much saying that, like, he's gonna stream like when
I'm gonna stream.
12
yeah,
he's gonna stream.
I'm gonna stream the kills. I'm gonna stream the snipes. I'm gonna stream the drama.
You want to stream mid-season?
I want to stream the drama.
Shoot.
But like, would you be able to also post your stuff as well? Because like,
man, Steven, go away.
11:55, and you've got it typed into the thing. I guess
no, see the way that OBS works is like. I have to put in a link for it to stream a website. So I'll put in the transfer window link and it'll show that, but it won't show what I'm typing unless I go into interact.
Not bad.
So I can have it open on my other normal tab ready to go if I wanted to.
Good stuff.
Or we could just use Steven's computer and equipment, kind of like we did with the initial draft, you know, because nothing went wrong with that. And
we used my equipment on the initial draft.
I thought that was like the whole thing Steven was complaining about. Like, oh, I got screwed because
no.
That was a great move, Mike. So I know they're focused on their thing, but that was a great move.
We're on a tangent. Yeah, that was a really great move.
I was not expecting that. I didn't even know that Crowbar like got reined in as a move. But that was clutch.
I was confused by his choice of Z conversion ghost though.
Now, if you've been paying attention, this Crobat has been doing some serious work this match.
So is that have?
That's at this point.
That's a nomination. That's a nomination.
Yeah, that's my nomination so far.
I mean,
Crobat's been doing the work.
Has anybody gotten? I'm sorry to interrupt, Steven. Has anybody gotten 2 of their Pokemon nominated yet?
I think I got 2.
The only
first
one
week was Marowak, then I think Milotic.
I got none of mine were nominated. But that's because every time I win, it gets disconnected. So
it's okay, Zach. Okay.
I'm so mad
Dude,
that my match
I understand not wanting to replay because especially if you thought you were gonna win already, but fucking replay it. I know that Jordan gave it to you. I
wanted to, and Jordan didn't. Like Jordan was against it.
I just as the streamer, that stuff. I get a player being like, "Listen, this is too much for me right now. I'm just gonna give it to you, or whatever." But damn, as a commentator, as a streamer, I just don't want to see that or hear it. You know,
dude. Like again, I wanted to, but Jordan like wasn't up for
I'm
it.
not against you, dude. You should have seen what I went. I went off on Jackson for forfeiting it to Phillip.
Like, don't get me wrong, because I was upset because I was like, because I brought Psychic Terrain, Mr. Mime, because I was like, Jordan's known for using fake out, like spamming fake out, and he just got Prankster Murkrow, so I'm like expecting like, you know, Prankster Murkrow to be quashing my team all the time and stuff, and I'm like, Psychic Terrain, he can't do any of that. Prankster's useless, fake out's useless. It just literally it decimated his team. And then like I even had like the terrain extender on Mr. Mime so that it lasted 7 turns.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay,
and then,
so but I'm sorry to interrupt you on this, but this is the point I wanted to bring up earlier. Bruxish is the reason that Speakman lost, and he traded it to Mike this week. Bruxish literally could not have beaten Speakman if Speakman would have won. He would have just had to fucking extreme speed on that, and it would have been game. But because of that, you know, it's over because Bruxish just screws him. Literally, Bruxish is the reason that Mike beat Speakman this week. I'm sure you could have beat him without him, but in this specific battle...
I don't know, man. I don't think like an extreme speed.
Well, no,
maybe would have killed.
Dude, it was at like 24 health.
What?
Yeah, an extreme speed from
Oh, right now you mean? I thought you.
Yeah, no.
I mean,
even without that, he could have used he uses Aqua Jet on his not even Empoleon, he uses it on his Dragonite sometimes. He could have Aqua Jetted the Tyranitar for a good amount of damage too, you know?
Yeah.
Especially if he had done it under Mike's reign. That would have been bonkers.
But I think at that point, Empoleon was already like dead.
No, definitely. But what I meant was like in the moment near the end, and this is what I meant by that, where Mike brings out Bruxish. If he did not have Bruxish in that moment, Speakman quite possibly could have taken it. But so we're going Crobat on that one.
Yeah. I'm a Crobat.
Crobat it is.
It was pretty clutch. But yeah, man, like, I don't know. I really wanted to showcase the match because it was such a cool interaction, and like there was so many cool things that happened. I don't know. Jordan just wasn't with it. And,
it's okay. I mean, he's a family man. He's a working man. He's got another one on the way. Like if he goes to playoffs, his child might be born in playoffs. Jordan is a man who drafted, and in season 1. The first week we were supposed to play, his first baby was born, and he played that season.
Yeah.
So that was a great match, though, and
I agree.
For right there, Mike gives the other undefeated his second loss. So now there's a bunch of ties going up there.
Which I mean, you know. It's kind of how it should be.
Right.
Alright, so we're on the next match now. I'm just showing it off. And just a reminder to everybody, we're doing the giveaway. I'm going to post it. Boom. We're doing that giveaway, guys. If you want this Gengar, let us know. It is unfortunate that we have to add your friend code and we can't do it over GTS. It would be much simpler, but that's how event Pokemon are. Hang on. Alright, sorry about that, guys.
No problem.
Anyway, so I just wish that we could have given away on GTS, but if you guys want them, come get them. I'll talk about William's team. Who wants to take Steven?
I think that Steven should talk about his team.
Is he here still?
Yeah, he's still in Discord. I don't know.
He's so quiet. He's so quiet. I can never tell.
Steven just don't got.
All right, well,
crap.
I'll start talking about.
Well,
I'll start talking.
if Steven's not going to talk about his team, I can talk about his team since we actually play tested with each other.
All right, well, I'll be talking about John's right now. So John brings William. Damn, William.
William.
I was way off, Ian.
Yeah, that was inexcusably off. William brings his.
Nobody should ever be mistaken for Will.
Hitmonchan. Well, Steven. He brings his Hitmonchan, his Excalibur, Torkoal. This team to me says no cohesion.
Really?
I can see that. I can see him wanting to set Trick Room with Bronzong, but it just has no cohesion in my opinion. I see the fake outs. It's just a basic team, you know? That Torkoal, once his Trick Room setter is gone, that Torkoal is not outspeeding anybody, and it's going to be a problem.
The funny thing about that is when we play tested Will's team versus Steven, we used the Trick Room core almost exactly like this except for 2 Pokemon.
Don't say it. Don't give it up.
Don't give it up.
That shit was too gnarly.
And
I
he
actually
is
talked to
risen.
Will about it. I
He
talked
is
to Will
risen.
about it. I was like, if you would have brought this, I would have been fucked. Hard.
Yo, we played tested extensively with Will's team, and it really made me want Will's team because it was.
Dude, I can't tell you how many times. So, you know how people have been coming to me for Pokemon and also playtesting all season? I cannot tell you how many times I've proxied Michael or Reese or even Speakman and been like, damn, I want this shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like I can't tell you how many times I've played another player's team and been like, this is nasty. Anyway, Steven, are you there?
Yeah, what's up?
You want to go ahead and talk about your team?
On your team.
Yeah.
Go for it.
So my team, like, man, it was difficult because I'm in a position where I'm in a transitional phase and like trying to get everything together.
Is this what we call this now?
Happen. It's getting there. It's getting there.
We went from Rain to Confuse Ray, Perish Song, and
listen.
Perish Song. Oh,
actually,
man.
I love that Lapras. I love that sleepy.
I hate it so much because it doesn't do anything.
It does. It gets that wonderful little rest, man.
It just goes to sleep and then it wakes up.
Yeah, definitely. It's a nice stall, I guess.
It's not a nice stall.
No. Listen. Listen.
Let him finish.
So at this point right now, because I kind of took your advice. And you said, well, you're at this point, you might as well just try some shit. So yeah, I'm trying some shit.
Okay. I'm with
Can you respect it?
No, I respect that. I've told everybody if I got literally no chance of making playoffs, I'm playing some janky shit because I'm like, who cares?
Stop bringing Lapras.
Who did I lead?
It's just, it doesn't work for you.
Listen, who did I lead this week? I'm not looking at
I know. Actually, by the way, I meant to say, I was very happy with your lead this week. I was excited to see you use that Pokemon, and I was super excited to see it combo with Emolga and stuff. There's some moments, and you're gonna be able to defend him, but there's some moments early on that you made some moves that I found questionable. But I do really like you using Lantern finally and getting to showcase that. Thank you for doing that.
Anyway, Steven, your Lantern and Emolga is your lead.
Oh yeah, that's big. Okay. So when me and Zach were playtesting, at this point I gave up my fucking Toad, so I have no weather change whatsoever. So the Lantern was kind of out there just in case, Lilligant and Torkoal were gonna come out, which fucking shit, that shit broke.
You were too shook at Torkoal in the end.
Yeah, I was. At the end of the day, I was.
Just wait till you hear my visceral commentary.
He was so bulky, and he wasn't gonna be able to, or he was gonna be able to just eat it. And that was my biggest fear.
It's William.
Huh? Yeah, you say that. You say that, but that's how people, you sleep on them and they turn around and say, "Nah, man, I'm woke."
I don't want to talk about turnaround wins.
But anyways,
hey man, remember what happened when you slept on Will?
What?
Ooh.
Dude, that's what's also got me like first. Okay, so he's my first opponent out. Oh no, Jalen and then him after midseason.
And
Really?
you're going to get beat.
I
Just like
thought
you
that
beat last
he was
year.
my first opponent after midseason.
No, I said Jalen and then him. He's my second
I thought you
opponent.
said Will. My bad.
Yeah, so
All right.
no.
Sorry that we rudely cut you off, Steven. Go ahead and continue.
Oh no, so the lantern was in there. It's got Volt Absorb, so that Rotom Frost, which I have no more, just puts out the discharge, man. Then Emolga's in there for the taunt for the Bronzong. Thank you, Zach, for that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And it's
Yeah,
funny,
when I
like-
saw that, I was like, that's not his style.
Yeah, that's what Aris told Will too, and so Will didn't prepare for it. So thank you, Aris. I appreciate that.
It was so funny too
That's-
because like we're playtesting
Dude,
and he keeps losing to this Trick Room team that I made versus him when I'm literally doing the exact same.
All he had to
opening
do was
move
taunt.
every time.
all he had to do was taunt. Yo, you
Yeah,
know
I
what's
told him,
crazy?
I'm like, why are you not leading with taunt?
You know
like,
what's-
but I want to do this. I'm like,
He
but
always
lead
does
with
that. He
taunt.
always does that. You know what? You know what I said to him? He playtested with you because I was really busy that day, but he had been asking me all day to playtest, and I said, I'm gonna playtest with you, but I swear to God, if you bring something other than what we tested one more time, I will never playtest with you again.
But to be fair, he never play tested me. So
Yeah, true. Well, we'll go ahead and kick this one off. You guys ready?
Yeah. Unless Steven want to talk about something else.
no, I mean
Do you need-
Hitmonlee's in there.
do you need the link, Steven, to the video?
Discharge. No, I'm watching the. Yeah, I do have it, but I'm on mobile right now because I'm driving. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
kick it
Well,
off.
1, 2, 3, go. I was gonna see if you were on desktop. I was gonna give you the direct link to the footage.
But no, it was actually really clutch because like Steven asked me to play test like a couple hours before his match, and
Yeah,
like,
I kind of screwed him a little.
like I guess. But anyway, like I could tell that you know Trick Room would have been really nasty versus his team. So I'm like, well, let me try Will's Trick Room team, and it ended up really being super clutch.
Yeah, no. Will has an excellent team right now. And the good thing about it, and I know it's a joke, but he doesn't. He did it himself. Is basically what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? Like last year, he didn't get the draft. I thought withdrawing Kieran's aid right there was a mistake. It was an absolute mistake. All you had to do was flying move either of them.
I think it was more that he didn't want to lose Emolga because Emolga was his out the Bronzong.
Right.
Okay, but Emolga wasn't gonna go down to either of those dudes.
I don't know, man. Escavalier hits pretty hard.
Yeah, Scavalier hits stupid hard.
Yeah,
I
but
wouldn't
he's
risk it.
resistant to it with flying.
If it had knockoff though, because the Scavalier can have knockoff with like an assault vest or something.
True. Anyway, regardless,
It wasn't worth risking it.
Personally, I would have risked it, but I can see where you're coming from now. Yeah, I would have definitely, especially with the bug and a fighting type out, because I know in my mind I'm thinking, all right, he's gonna assume I'm either gonna attack, protect, or withdraw, which is all the options. But like either way, he knows he can't keep both of them in, which means that I already know he's gonna withdraw one, and I'm assuming it's the fake outer. You know what I mean? Because he wants to reset fake out, and I know I'm gonna outspeed Excalibur. So either I outspeed Excalibur and kill it, or I don't. And I just I hit protect, you know? Either way, that was a win-win in my mind.
Right.
And Kieran's aid comes back out. Plus, I think it had already gotten a motor drive off, didn't it?
I'm not sure.
I think he did because he discharged with the lantern.
Right.
Oh wait, no. I think he scouted.
And there's also, why the heck did you bring Jackie Chan in and just leave it there again, William? Literally, I was recording this match with a friend of mine over, and I'm just sitting there like, what? You're both dumb! Like,
You're both dumb.
this is when I was like, alright, Steven.
Clutch taunt. Very clutch taunt.
Literally the clutchest taunt. The most clutch.
And I think that's like 3 motor drives already, if I'm not mistaken.
It's technically 2 because he reset one by withdrawing it.
Right. Oh, that's another mistake on Will's part is he went for the drill run on the Rotom, forgetting that.
Forgetting the levitate.
Yeah, no matter which form, it always keeps that levitate.
That was really crappy. It's just like how Jalen used Phantom Force on Oranguru, not thinking about the normal typing. And gets a free paralysis, like, ugh. Now here's where I'm mad at Steven in this next turn. Alright. We know everything we need to know about Glalie. We know it's his Mega. We know it has access to Ice Shard. He leaves Emolga in and doesn't protect. The other Pokemon could have killed Rotom. Rotom probably wasn't the target. You know what I mean? The other Pokemon would have killed both of. He could have killed both of his Pokemon with that discharge, which I think he does, and Karen Zay would have still been alive. Well, he kills third time the charm right there, and Karen Zay could have just finished anybody else. Like, that was his fatal flaw, is not protecting that turn or withdrawing with Kieran. Other than that, perfect. And the last half set of global warming combo comes out. Here's where I'm like, alright, I know that Sceptile's outspeeding him. I don't know why he brought it out, but now that it's out, either retreat it or go for the kill, right? Steven Mega Evolves and protects.
I mean, it's not like a horrible move.
Well, no, but I'm saying, like, you could have... All he had to do was... One of those Pokemon was getting faked out. And Dragonite, or if he was really scared of the Eruption, he could have faked out Torkoal and then just done, like, a Dragon Pulse. You know what I mean? And, like, it would have killed whoever it hit. Either one.
Alright. But I mean, I think his main goal was just, like, to get the Bronzong off the field. Because Tom had more off at the time.
He wanted that Bronzong gone.
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy.
That was really clutch, yeah. When I saw that, I was like, how? Here's another example of him doing it. Like, he withdraws him. He could have... If he had attacked last turn, he could have protected this turn. And also, Torkoal might have already been dead. And here comes his little thing to die. Oh, see, he didn't even have to switch it out. All Sceptile had to do was Dragon Pulse for a free kill. Even more free.
The flinch, actually.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, if it didn't kill, you know, which it did, it would have, but if it didn't kill, he would have got the flinch.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was just, I don't know, panicking.
He was shook. We talked about it in the beginning. I said, you were too scared of that. He was like, you're right. See, he does it again. He protects with Sceptile. He could have killed this thing.
Well,
but
it protected that turn, but, like, I see what you mean.
Now watch, I think he does protect, and I think, or no, never mind, he does Dragon Pulse. I hope it's enough. It's more than. Steven could have had a much higher margin, I guess was my criticism.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Regardless, I was really glad that he pulled out the one in the end. And it was
MVPs.
even funnier if you know what Will said to Steven after he lost.
What'd he say?
So we they play each other, and then Steven wins, and then Will was just like, I can't believe I lost to the most shittiest player in the league. I'm like, coming from Will?
To his credit, Steven had become Will of Season 3.
That's fair, but it's
Will was marketing that hard. Will was like, Steven sucks, Steven sucks.
Like, Will was literally accusing Steven of being a Will.
Yeah, exactly. No, exactly. He was trying to. He had a whole campaign of like, everybody stop saying I suck. Everybody think about how bad Steven is.
Please stop paying attention to me.
I don't want the hate this year. I'm gonna lay low. You'll notice, man. Will's been laying low.
He's been laying low. He's been trying to settle in what is it? Second to last?
Yeah. Well, anyway, I think his team is really good. We're switching over to the next match. Again, guys, if you want your giveaways, I'll go ahead and post that again. So you know about it. We can get you these giveaways if you follow these instructions. Anyway, the next match is mine.
Sir.
And I'll talk about everything. You guys can help commentate the match, but I'll talk about everything.
Sure.
No problem.
So, actually, you're very familiar with this one, Jay. You were there.
Yeah, I guess I'll
So
talk about Josh's team.
there was the disconnection, which Josh thought he had won. On my end, it showed 2-2, and I think I had just switched in Steelix had died because it was 3-3, but Steelix died when I switched him in. And then his end, it showed him killing me off. And like we had played on my Stream 3DS, which honestly I usually leave it on like the flattest surface ever, and I touch it with like a toothpick from a distance. Like everything I do on this Stream 3DS is like as calm as I can because it'll reset at the drop of the hat. And I didn't insist. I even talked to him about it before, and I didn't insist on him adding my other friend code. I was just like, screw it, let's do it, I guess. And he was like, yeah, I'm already ready. So, and we've been waiting for it. So we threw down disconnects, and I was actually I was ready to give it to him, but like I was like, dude, we got to do the replay because he immediately was like, fuck you, no way. And I was like, whoa, now we definitely got to do the replay. And like, you know what I mean? And then like he immediately went into the group and started tripping, and there was a couple people I talked to who were like, yeah, if he hadn't gone from 0 to 100. We would have been like, come on, Ian, give him the win. And I'm like, me too, I would have done that if he hadn't just gone off the rails and he apologized, and I apologized to him and everything. Anyway, we had to set up a special series of matches, he and I, that on my end, I was policed. I had to be monitored by Jay and Aris via Facebook chat so they could see what I had, make sure that I brought everything that I actually had on my roster, and that I wasn't cheating. So, even though, again, I'm not a cheater, and everybody had my back on that, but it is what it is. It was circumstantial. So I bring in Hip Out on, and interestingly enough, Sheer Force Life Orb Steelix. Because I was like, screw it, why not? You know, I'm going to get rid of him. I brought in, I think this is Ojibwe, which is my Game Boy Zapdos, which means that it would have static, and I brought that in for like fake outs and Aqua Jets and stuff to switch in on. And then Mega Heracross, pretty standard. The thing that shot me in the foot this round was this version of Mega Heracross that I brought didn't have Protect. But I did have another Mega Heracross. We had to do a best of 3, and we had 2 teams, and my other Mega Heracross did have Protect.
Right.
And this one just didn't, because this was built to like take down Aggron with like close combat and shit. But anyway, it's my non-Protect Heracross. Then there is Titus back again. I forget which version this is. He's been through so many iterations now. It's hard to keep up, but Titus is back to get some more KOs on that roster. And then I brought Superior for easy mops and fast sweeps. And you can go ahead, Jay. I'm frustrated now.
You're frustrated? So Josh is leading with his Aggron, of course. That's probably his Mega. Thing hits really hard. It's Aggron I've learned this season. I've always kind of underestimated his defense.
He's got that Pidgeot. He's got that Pidgeot. Why would Aggron be his Mega? Why would you know what I'm saying?
My fault. Maybe. Damn, it's all the way at the end. I didn't see it.
Yeah,
you know, Aggron itself, I've always underestimated like its defense, and just seeing how Josh used it like this season, even against me, I didn't realize how much hits he can actually take. And then of course he brings Salazzle, fake out support. That's probably gonna be his pivot whenever he needs like a turn or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just to settle himself. This Breloom, I like Breloom a lot. I'm not the biggest fan of the way I think Josh has used it. I do think he did bring it better this week, because when we faced off, He tried to go for a Spore, and it didn't really work out, considering he kind of forgot that I already had the status condition. But I'm eager to see like what it's gonna do this match.
Yo, Jay, real quick.
Yo.
Don't spoil this next one.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yes, I know what you're talking about. Anyways, so yeah, then he has Crawdon. Crawdon's it hits really hard. It also has adaptability.
It's kind of shitty though, right?
No, it's a pretty cool mon.
It's kind of shitty. I don't know. It kind of sucks.
I'm sensing some salt.
Yeah, I'm like. I'm not spoiling it. Spoiling it.
I'm not spoiling anything, man. I just don't like that Pokemon.
And then Josh brings his Talonflame, probably his priority Z move that Josh has been bringing for the past couple weeks. Talonflame is also a great pivot Pokemon that could go with Slazzle as well. And then, as Ian pointed out, he's brought the Mega Pidgeot, which I think he picked up when I dropped it last week.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really find any use for it on my team. Really happy to see it that Josh maybe could put it to good use.
Yeah. Actually, it's interesting that you say that. So, in finding a way to appease Josh's sense of being cheated, we actually went through 9 battles. This is the one that we chose to go by because we decided that out of all the battles, whoever won the best of whatever, you had to post the replay of your smallest win margin, because of the way that it was when we disconned. So we played 9 matches.
9?
Total. So like the first night, he agreed to a best of 3 that night. He played it. I beat him twice in a row, and he was like, "I was too angry. I'm either gonna quit or whatever." And he was still mad. He was like, "I couldn't focus. I demand a rematch or whatever," which is, whatever. And then that's when we came up with the other best of 3, like 2 days or the next day. So the next day comes around. And we even put in extra security measures like Jay monitoring me, and I totally spaced that I traded Jay my Clefable. I brought it on my team. We go into things. His team shows up. My team shows up. Jay's like, "Yo, you don't have Clefable." I'm like, "Oh shit." He disconnects and immediately calls me a cheater again. We resolve it, have a match that one of our best of 3 that night, and then finish the last best of 3 the next night. But Pidgeot did a lot of work for him, and it was really good. He actually, honestly, I felt like if he had used Hyper Beam as a last resort he would bring it out and use Hyper Beam, and it would just OHKO. But like he could have done Heat Wave and had the same effect, and then before it died, done Hyper Beam. You know what I mean? But his
more utility,
his
like
Pidgeot, yeah, it doesn't do that much in this match, and that's why I wanted to point it out. His Pidgeot actually, he did really well with Pidgeot in our series of matches. So yes, Jay, he did it service, but this particular match, unfortunately, he doesn't get to.
Stop spoiling, Ian! God damn it!
All right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, go.
If
If you're listening to the music on this, if you commentators listening to music,
oh, by the way,
Josh was really excited to hear the music, and I don't think he was very happy with it. What?
I was just saying, regardless of the outcome of this match and series, in my book, you're still a cheater.
No, I really don't. No, I really don't appreciate that. Like,
I'll play it, man.
No, I know you are, but like you know how I am about my gamesmanship.
Yeah, no, I understand. I was literally just kidding.
So I lead these 2. I think I was just like, screw it, I'll go Disquake. Or no, yeah, I went Z-Fire on his Aggron. Because in my mind I was thinking, if he protects, I'm still going to power through it. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's got sturdy, obviously, but it doesn't even matter. And now he counter Z moves me. Z Rock, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Continental Crush to take out Zapdos, who always comes in, does one thing, and dies for me, but it always does a good enough thing. It does its job when it needs to. And it also is a constant target. He's like, oh, he said, don't injure what you can't kill. And fucking Z-moved me. So I saw he had heavy flyers, so I really wanted to set up Stealth Rocks. You alright, Zach?
Mm-hmm.
I had to name this this new non-mega version of Steelix want something.
That's funny.
He enters with Stealth Rocks, and that actually does help him a lot too. So we both have Stealth Rocks on our field right now, and he's a little bit more vulnerable to it than I, but now he is getting extra damage on my entries and switches too. So I'm just like, I have to make the best of my Pokemon. I know how strong Steelix is, and I'm gonna try to just outlast this sleep.
I remember when I caught a shiny Onyx back in my Fire Red version.
Yeah.
And like I eventually migrated over to my Gen 4 game. And like I really loved how Steelix's shiny looked. So like I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna nickname it Blingix. And that was my boy.
That's funny. Maybe you can pick him up this year. He brings out Larry the Lobster. And then he withdraws it, which that entire transaction is questionable. And especially because he withdraws it for Salzazel.
I definitely feel like you haven't really utilized Vanilla Steelix as much as you probably could have.
Nah, I didn't. But this kind of one, if I hadn't fallen for the Spore tactic, I definitely would have been able to use them to a good amount. But Leaf Storm goes off, and even though he resists it, it's more than enough to kill him with the crit.
Yeah, that was lucky with the crit.
And I'm just hoping to outspeed now and kill with my Snick.
Your Snick. Your Snickles.
Sand triggers my berry. I was like, boy!
Boy.
We in there, though.
Larry comes back out onto stones. So he came out onto stones once, and then he left and he came back out onto stones.
We coming out on these stones here.
Go for Protect. He Aqua Jets, obviously the Pokemon that needs to be Aqua Jetted, and it takes out the one-eye Pant Snake.
And so he rests inside of his pants.
Heat Wave tries to take down. Sandstorm subsides. I bring out Titus because that's my boy.
Hey man, one day he'll be MVP.
But I think I should have left him back because then I could have like switched and withdrawn him into an Aqua Jet, you know, to save a Pokemon.
I don't know, Jake. Could you see Titus being MVP one day? I don't know.
Maybe, but not. I don't think. Probably next season. I don't think this season.
Maybe if he was in the hands of a more capable trainer, like
yeah, I can see that.
Like Steven.
Like Steven.
Steven hasn't even approached me about him.
Steven really knows how to use.
Okay,
water
here's the turnaround in this match.
Yeah,
here's the turnaround.
This move was questionable. I remember I was the game with you, and I was like, "Why the hell did you just do that?" Yeah, let's just watch him. Sorry.
Oh wait, no, I think that's later. Actually, what you and I are thinking of. That was a different match.
Oh yeah, you're right. Never mind.
See, we had so many matches, but I know what you're talking. We know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So I did a wish in another match, and I was gonna win, and I went for Protect, but he had. I thought he already used a Z move, but he didn't, and he Z moved my Titus under Protect, and the wish didn't go off, and he won. So I go for the muddy water, kill the Zazzle. And it's because he kept... So he didn't even really do any... He did one protected Heat Wave with Zazzle, no fake outs, and he withdrew it and brought it back in onto stones 3 times. Falco comes out onto stones finally. This is what I know is his Mega. Damn, that bitch fast. I don't know what I was thinking.
I probably would have ice beamed that situation.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know what I was thinking that round. There's no excuse. I don't know what I was thinking. Could have ice beam. Could have muddy water. Maybe even gotten a kill on Larry. Either way, it was a bad call on my part. And now I don't think I have the ability. Well, let me see. Hang on. I don't think. Yeah, I can't switch Titus in to protect Aqua Jets now with the number of Pokemon I have left. But he withdraws his lobster again, and I'm like, good, it'll die, right? Hopefully, yes. Ouroboros goes for the protect because I foresee his Pidgeot doing its thing.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if I would have not protected and if I had gone offensive on the other Pokemon, I wonder if Hurricane would have missed, because that does have like a lower accuracy rating.
It has a, what's that ability called?
Oh.
Yeah, it has a thing that just like, it never misses.
That makes sense.
It's called,
no guard.
No guard, yeah, that's what it's called.
Alright, so I protect
So,
again, just trying to save it, you know? That's crazy. I didn't know it had that. See, I didn't do my research on Pidgeot because I underestimated it.
Yeah, that's why like Hurricane's really good with it, because like it never misses.
What's really clutch about this match is I think that I definitely underestimated a good amount of Pokemon on his team. And I'll say Pidgeot I underestimated. I underestimated Crawdaunt by a lot. And I underestimated crap. No, that was it. Those are the only two. Everything else I was ready for. I was like prepared for those guys, but I underestimated those two. And I was just kind of shook and in my head at this moment, you know, right here. I got 2 Pokemon left. I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? And I think I even forgot to Mega Evolve, which is totally my bad. Yep, forgot to Mega Evolve.
Damn.
And if I had done Bullet Seed on the right person, would have killed.
At least it was in an instance where it really didn't make a difference.
Yeah. Well, no, because if I had Bullet Seeded that lobster, the next Pokemon would have Talonflame would have came in.
I was saying you couldn't predict that he was going to protect the Aggron.
No, I know, but wait till you see what happens later. Like, I continually don't target the Crawdaunt.
Oh, you just kind of like let it do its thing.
Yeah.
We also had theory that like this Crawdaunt was like running some type of band, probably choice band. So.
And I thought, because I'm thinking Titus can survive whatever Crawdaunt's got to offer, in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't use that.
And if I had just Bullet Seeded on Crawdaunt, totally different game.
Oh, this is a witch because I remember you thinking that
look, here it is.
Wouldn't kill.
Yeah.
And that just it got knocked out. Essentially.
So wait a minute. Ian.
Yeah.
You don't got that one move on Heracross, the fighting type skill link move?
Arm thrust?
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
I don't think he learns it.
He does get it because Mike used it.
I was scouring his list.
Yeah, no, he gets it. Let me look.
Anyway, at that point, I knew it was over, so it was GG because of some bad calls on my part. But what's really good, what's the really defining point of this match, and the takeaway that I took for myself as the loser, was like I didn't necessarily underestimate the player because I've seen John do good, but you know, I didn't give him as much preparation as I would have some other players, so should have never underestimated him in that regard. And then I underestimated his Pidgeot and his Crawdaunt, and those 2 Pokemon really, honestly, Crawdaunt MVP for me this week.
By the way, Ian,
it's up there. I don't think it's my choice, but I think it's definitely up there.
Ian.
What?
I was just saying, it does get it does get arm thrust. It's a heart scale move. You got a heart scale of hair across to get it.
Okay. Well, anyway,
Just saying for the future if you.
yeah. Anyway, so Josh wins that one and knocks me smack back into the middle, going into mid season, which kind of sucks for me personally. But we had to play how we had to play, and I underestimated my opponent, which led to me taking the L. But Crawdon for MVP in this match, definitely, because if at any time I had targeted it and killed it, I could have changed the whole game, but because I didn't, Crawdon continually took out Pokemon like Titus. Like if I had bullet seeded him properly instead of going after the Aggron could not have killed my Titus for sure. So I should have bullet seeded his thing, and I didn't, and that was on me. You know what I mean? It's an underestimation though, so it's just like a lesson for other players too, and especially myself. Like, don't underestimate any Pokemon. Like, look at all of their options.
Mm-hmm.
I actually even forgot Crawdon was a Dark type. You know, like.
Oh wow, you really didn't know anything about Crawdon, did you?
I didn't even think about it. Didn't even cross my mind.
Yeah, Crawdon's a sleeper. He's a good Pokemon though.
Yeah, really good. So we're going into the last match that we have recorded now.
Yeah.
One last time, I'm gonna do the giveaway tweet.
This,
I don't know.
This is Jay versus Aris, right?
Yes. This match is really cool. And I mean, as always, we're gonna let the cleaner do his thing.
Right. So my main thing going to this match is that I know Aris' team functions really well in the Trick Room, but his only Trick Room setter is his Mimikyu. So I went in with the mindset thinking if I shut down this Mimikyu, I have an advantage because I do have the faster Mon and essentially both here. What really threw me off when I saw his team was just like the Toxicroak, because I totally forgot that he actually picked that up. So that like, I knew that if my loading and camera up were on the field at the same time, there would always be a switch. But I didn't know that at the time, and then I figured that out like in the middle of the match, and I was like, damn. So I lead Drapion and Star Raptor, and I'm running Taunt on Drapion, but I'm also running Whirlwind on it just in case like he protects, because Whirlwind does bypass protect, and just in case I also have the Whirlwind on Star Raptor in case like he does lead Persian and something gets faked out, you know, just to have, because I don't I didn't want that Mimikyu on the field at all at any point. Clefable was alone from Ian. I kind of wish I didn't bring it because I feel like I was really weak to poison already. So, and then just bring it, especially if you brought Toxicroak, was going to be a bad time for me. So I was a bit unsure of it, but just in case, because I wanted it to, you know, support like Mega Sableye if, you know, I wanted to start setting up. Mamoswine was my answer. If he did bring Togekiss camera up, it does have a Ground Z move. My Milotic is also there because it can take a decent amount of hits. It's also there for camera up as well. And then Mega Sableye, which is I believe the second time I'm bringing it. I was going for a calm mindset. Thinking about it now, I really wish that I had taken out Dazzling Gleam for like maybe Power Gem or something, because I just felt like he has a lot of like resistances when in terms to fairies. Like he has Togekiss, Mimikyu, and Toxicroak, and Mega Sableye doesn't hit the hardest. So
my bad. I was really thinking Dazzling Gleam would have been good.
Yo, let me say this. I knew it was like the loan. By the way, you were just like, "Yo, can I use it? I think it would really help me." I was like, "Yeah, I don't need it this upcoming week or whatever." But once he got Toxicroak, I would have never suggested you to bring Clefable. You know what I mean? He picked it up specifically because you got the Clefable, basically. You know, and I think he dropped it already.
Yeah, but the thing is that like when I did it, it was again after the Toxicroak move. But that's just because I wasn't thinking about Toxicroak because I knew I had answers for it. and that was again my mistake. I was underestimating the fact that it's a Reese and it is Toxicroak. So I'm just like, he's not gonna do it. It's like like I have Staraptor, I have Mammoth Swine, I have Sableye if I lock it down if I really wanted to, but I didn't give it that much thought. And like you said, I really wish I didn't make that long. So I just feel like even Executor in this match could have been a bit.
For sure. I mean, especially because it could have baited him to bring out his camera up more often. And I still have yet to see someone give a reliable answer to that Ursa rig.
I feel like in this match it just was there until the end. If that makes any sense. But that's
it's doing cleanup.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys ready?
Oh yeah.
All right, 1, 2, 3, go. I know we didn't really talk about our Reese team, but we're already pretty much ending here, and his team is pretty straightforward. And Jay talked about it while you were talking about your team.
Ian, by the way, did you want to do exhibitions?
Yeah, I was gonna actually just ask about that. Who's down?
How'd you want to do it?
I mean, who's down? Are you 2 down, or I mean, I know it's your birthday, Jay.
Yeah, I was say I have an event to go to at like 8:30.
Word.
I'm down.
So off the bat, I kind of knew he was going with the fake out thing, so I did, in case, just use Whirlwind just to get the Mimikyu out of there, and I was just like, oh, this is going fine, right? And then this freaking Camel comes out, and I'm just like, of all the things that came out, like, are you serious? Because now I'm like, nothing on my field threatens that camera up, and he's probably just gonna eruption, and I don't think I could switch into that, so I just had to take the hit, which is actually a shame. And he goes for Quash here, which I was not expecting, so that also a big WTF.
Man.
Yeah, the Quash was really clutch.
So, question: Were you using Final Gambit when he quashed you?
Yes, which actually really fucking sucked because it would have killed that camera, like no doubt.
God, that's so terrible.
And I was just like, this is like horrible. And I get the berry, but I still can't kill it. Oh, I actually U-turned, but I was planning on using Final Gambit because I wanted to save Staraptor for Toxicroak, but that was still in the back of my mind, like, okay, I have Final Gambit.
No, I hear you.
This is another mistake.
I mean, regardless, even if you Final Gambit, that wouldn't have been the right move either because of Quash. You couldn't have expected that.
Yeah, I had Persian last year. I totally didn't know it was Quash. This is again me not thinking ahead. I'm like, of course he's gonna freaking send out the Toxicroak as soon as he sees, my Lodic, especially since he's not in the trick room. And I scald into the Toxicroak and I Mega Evolve here, but I kind of was expecting the switch, so I think I went for a Calm Mind, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but that definitely you and I'm not trying to. Once you saw Toxicroak, you should, and especially the camera up combo, should never use Scald on him.
But it switched in.
No, because I'm saying I know that's why he had that on the background, so it could just come in and eat your aggro attack, Good Calm Mind.
Another thing that threw me off is I think I went for a second Calm Mind, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, I switched out, and I think I sent in Staraptor. Yeah, just to get an Intimidate off, so Toxicroak won't do that much. I'm trying to remember if it's this turn or the turn after. Where another thing that really effed me over, which I wasn't expecting, but I should have. Yeah, he went for the fake out. Yeah, he uses Nasty Plot right here.
Oof.
That was big. That was a big red flag. I was already like, God damn it.
Nasty.
This is when I wish I had power. So I just target the stupid
Damn.
something. And I'm definitely not in the best spot at the moment. Because now he's just gonna try to go for my Sableye, and it's just not gonna be a good time. And I trigger a berry, so the match is not going in my favor at all. And this Dazzling Gleam hurts. It hurts a lot. If I didn't Calm Mind, that probably would have killed me.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Definitely.
Yeah, and I was gonna go for Dark Pulse, but I'm just like, I feel like it wouldn't have been the same thing. And
I wasn't.
I just
I
wanted
wasn't.
to,
I wasn't even thinking about Nasty Platypus, or I would have
yeah,
told you to bring that Shadow Ball.
yeah. And then yeah, I really wish I didn't have Dazzling, just that like Dazzling with Dark Pulse, because I was thinking of running Power Gem too, and I was just like, damn it, man, why didn't you run Power Gem? So I send in Mammoth Swine because I'm just like, I need to start killing stuff, and he goes for Woodhammer here, and I was not. You see, this is just a lot of me not expecting like certain moves.
Same thing with me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Last match. It's kind of the theme this week.
I wouldn't say that. Like
Well,
mine was just that I didn't expect certain moves on Mon. Like
I'm saying like
it just
Steven's
left me in
taunt,
the
Steven's taunt on William, me underestimating like Crawdon, you not thinking about that move being on that Pokemon. You know what I mean? Like it just seemed like there was a lot of that going. Not that you underestimated him, but that like you didn't even think that that could do that or something. You know what I mean?
Right. So at this point, I'm just like, I can't. I have to stop setting up. I just have to start playing aggressive, and I'm trying to like slowly pull this back. And I think he went for another parting shot, if I'm not mistaken. No, he didn't go for a parting shot.
Ian, by the way,
What's up?
because we will be doing the wire tonight for the exhibition. Would you want to do some possible mid-season mons thrown in?
It doesn't look like we're getting anybody in, and since we're gonna stream later, let's just postpone it till later.
Oh dang. Okay.
Like, it'll give you time to get mid-season mom ready to do like mock team battles and stuff.
I mean,
He went for the air slash, and he didn't get the flinch actually, which was pretty clutch, which enabled me to kill his Persian. And this was like a big. This is what I think I knew I lost the match at this point. Is I was really hoping that this fire blast would have at least killed the Togekiss. Like I know how bulky it is, but I was just like, I'm hoping, I'm praying if this fire blast connects, I'll also get poisoned, but that probably would have died next turn anyway. I was really hoping this fire blast would have killed, and unfortunately it didn't kill. And at that point, I was just like, like I don't have any answers for like this Togekiss. So it's kind of like you kind of know that the match is already lost. Just trying to make it close in terms of the standings, because that's what I started thinking about. So I kind of threw my plan out the window. And as you guys can see, I had something in place, and I just used it because I just wanted to make the match close. I went for the Z ground on the Toxicroak, just because I know that like it's had these decent amount of health left, and I just wanted to kill the Togekiss, so it just wouldn't be there anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had to. Unfortunately, I did have like this. This was priority for camera up, but it never got to that point. But I just needed to kill this, you know.
Sometimes it's about salvaging your score.
Yeah. So I get the kill onto the Toxicroak. He's gonna Dazzling Gleam again. It's gonna take out my Mammoth Swine, but I did Ice Beam his Togekiss, so it's gonna kill that.
He crits from the 28 health.
Yeah, I was like, wow.
but yeah, Ian, I was saying I already have some mid-season mon up if you did want to do it.
Well, I don't, because there doesn't seem to be a lot of interest in chat.
What are you talking about? We got like 6 people watching.
I know, they don't want to play. I don't want to just do a one-on-one. I want to do like a cool thing.
Alright.
The Earth Ring that I think it was Zach who was talking about comes out.
Fucking
One of you guys.
yeah, that
Earth
was
Ring's
me.
there. I knew he was gonna attack, so I just recovered right here just in case. Like I don't know, maybe I could tank a hit or two. I'm at full health. I do have Marvel Scale, but this isn't my my physical defensive melodic, which really sucked. But yeah, he gets the burn, and I go for the Scald on the camera up. I'm not killed regardless, but I do actually get the help from the crit, which
And
is,
it kills, yeah.
clutch. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oof, so that left me with just like this Earth Ring, and this is gonna hit hard as hell. I didn't expect this.
Well, because it just got that guts boost, just like you, yeah.
And I'm on 7 HP. I'm just like, no matter what I do, I don't think Scald's gonna kill from like that.
Going down
that.
swinging.
Yeah, no, I just recovered because why not? And yeah, you just saw it again. And that's
Let me see.
man.
I'm gonna check Ursuric's special defense real quick.
I think it's like 65.
It's probably like average.
Yeah, like 75.
It's got good HP though for sure. So that's that. I would
I was about to
say
it wouldn't have died. It wouldn't have died.
I would say that round personally, I would go with Togekiss.
Yeah, man, that Togekiss really fucked me over, and that was my pick for. Excuse me, that was my pick for MVP.
Togekiss definitely.
He has 75 special defense and 90 HP, and 75 defense. Like that's just a monster Pokemon, especially to Trick Room.
But Togekiss was definitely the MVP of that match. He literally he manhandled the entire match.
Right. He as soon as it got off that nasty plot, it was essentially over. Like a good on my team.
Alright, so that is the last match that we have. Unfortunately, one of them we don't get a replay from, and the other was a forfeit.
Mm-hmm.
So, now it is time that we pick our MVP. Zach, do you have that list up? Also, just a reminder to all you guys, boom, check it out. Oh, wait, what? Hang on. There we go. We're doing the giveaway.
Yeah, Togekiss definitely for that match. My money is on either Crobat or Togekiss.
What's the list though?
I don't have a list set up. I know Crobat was nominated, Togekiss was nominated.
Every stream you asked me if I wanted you to be in charge of that. I said yes.
Well, you know what? Sometimes...
Okay, here it is. It's Crobat. Let me go through the matches. God dang it.
Oh, by the way, Steven said that Jack Black was actually an accident. I mean, not an accident, but it wasn't it was a joke.
Alright.
What?
Joke nomination.
Oh, okay. So, Crobat. Wait, Crobat got nominated that match? Yeah, okay.
Crobat got nominated in Mike's match.
Pause. We didn't do anything for Stevens?
Yeah, nothing really shined really. Maybe Emolga, but
so Crawdaunt, Crobat, and Togekiss are the Crobat, Crawdaunt, and Togekiss. Who is your MVP?
I'd probably say out of all of those, Togekiss.
I'm going Crawdaunt. Josh deserves an MVP for once.
I mean, I don't think we should.
It's not just about that though. It's not about that though, because that Crawdaunt literally did change the match for him, whereas Togekiss kind of just shat on you, in my opinion. So that's why I choose Crawdaunt over Togekiss.
I feel like Togekiss was more like an upset. Like he wasn't expecting that from Togekiss.
Again, the reason I'm talking about it the way that I am is I'm saying I think that Crawdaunt you know how I am about the Pokemon overcoming diversity. So he was at red health and he switched in and out on rocks a bunch. I think he overcame the most diversity, where Togekiss was great on his team. It just it didn't face as much adversity, and that's why I picked Crawdaunt over him.
I get what you're saying. I
disagree on because I feel like I was at one point trying to kill the Togekiss a lot, and I just think Reese played it really smart. I get why you want Crawdaunt as MVP, but at the same time, I just feel like it was really just it was banded, it aqua jetted, it switched out and switched back in. But
it killed it killed clutch Pokemon though, and it killed a lot of Pokemon, and it killed a lot of the important Pokemon on my team.
Nah,
I mean, again, it depends on my vote for Togekiss.
In my opinion, with the Togekiss, it was the Togekiss literally what was I trying to say? It literally made Jay literally have to rethink his entire play style from scratch because like everything that he's been prepared for is like literally useless. Like he was preparing so hard for Toxic Crew.
Yeah, but isn't that more of a comment on the opponent than the Togekiss?
But like that's.
I'm saying like Togekiss stole the match.
Targeted Crawdon several times, but you
Togekiss stole the match. That's what I'm
you
saying.
Let it run rampant.
Togekiss stole the match. Like the Mon that you didn't expect.
No, I don't think. All right. I mean, that's a difference of opinion. We have a 4-2 split right now. On MVP Pokemon. So far Togekiss is looking like the one. So far.
I'm about Togekiss. Hershey's about Togekiss. Mike is. Jay is. You and Joker about Crawdon.
Yeah, we're waiting on the rest of that.
Dang man, we got